Nematology is an important branch of biological science which deals with a complex and diverse group of roundworms known as nematodes. They found in virtually every environment both as parasites and as free living organisms. Nematodes are also known as eelworms in Europe, nemas in the United States, and roundworms by zoologists. Many species are important parasites of plants and animals, whereas others are beneficial to agriculture and the environment. Plant parasitic nematodes occur wherever plants grow. These nematodes are referred to as plant pathogenic when they cause crop loss by direct injury to roots, stems, leaves, and seeds. All plants are susceptible to attack by one or more species of plant parasitic nematodes, and the association can range from transitory grazing by root hair feeders to the highly complex host pathogen interaction of gall inducing nematodes and their host. Although tiny parasitic plant nematodes are mighty, it is estimated that nematodes cause $85 billion of crop losses worldwide each year. Since parasitic nematodes are microscopic and below the soil surface, above ground symptoms can often be misdiagnosed. Annual estimated crop losses due to nematodes in India have been worked out to be about Rs 242.1 billion. The soils in a hectare of all agro systems typically contain billions of plant parasitic as well as beneficial nematodes. The damage to plants caused by nematode is often overlooked because the associated symptoms, including slow growth, stunting, and yellowing, can also be attributed to nutritional and water related disorders. History of plant nematology. In 1549, Shakespeare in his play Law's Labors Lost had made a mention of the nematode, which was possibly the first record of plant parasitic nematode. When he writes about sowed cockle reaped no horn, describing the seed galls in wheat plants. The nematode that was referred in the act was later on described by Needham in the year 1743. The Ebers piperis, also known as Piperis Ebers in an Egyptian medical papyrus of herbal knowledge dating back to 1550 BC, contains accounts about roundworms and guinea worms. Ancient Egyptians used a technique still used today. After a careful incision is made in the skin, the nematode is pulled out gently by winding it on a stick. This bears a striking resemblance to the rod of Asclepius sign still used by medical doctors. Today, nematodes have evolved as a very successful class of animals. 4 out of 5 multicellular animals on earth are nematodes. They are cosmopolitan in nature and present almost everywhere. In cultivated fields, in sand dunes, in the sediments beneath the ocean floor, in groundwater, in plants, animals, and even in humans, where there is organic materials that can be decomposed, nematodes are present. This is the reason why N.A. Cobb in the year 1915, who is considered to be the father of American nematology, once stated, "If all the matter in the universe except the nematode were swept away, our world would still be dimly recognizable. And if as disembodied spirits we could then investigate it, we should find its mountain hills, valleys, rivers, lakes and oceans represented by a film of nematodes." In the year 1743, Needham discovered plant parasitic nematode of species Ancona tritici responsible for seed galls in wheat. This was supposed to be the first plant parasitic nematode to come to the attention of the early investigators. In 1855, Berkeley identified a root knot nematode, that is Melidogeny species, to cause root galls on cucumber plants in greenhouse in England. In 1857, Gunn reported the stem and bulb nematode Tytelungus dipasi, which infects the head of teasel. In the year 1859, Scatchett recorded the sugar beet chest nematode Heteroderus Chactyl from Germany. In 1873, Butchill outlined the morphology of free living nematode. In the year 1884, Deckman, responsible for taxonomic work on soil and freshwater nematodes of the Netherlands. In 1889, Atkinson and Neal published about the root knot nematode in the United States. The year 1892, Atkinson identified the account of root knot nematode and fusarium complex in vascular wilt of cotton. The year 1907, N.A. Cobb, considered to be the father of American nematology, joined the United States Department of Agriculture. In 1914, N.A. Cobb, responsible for various contributions to the science of nematology. In the year 1918, N.A. Cobb developed protocols and apparatus used in nematology. In the year 1933, T. Goodey wrote a book on plant parasitic nematodes and the diseases they cause. In the year 1934, Philip Jeev wrote a book on nematodes that are important for agriculture. In the year 1941, Nematodes, Importance for Agriculture, a book by Philip Jeev, translated from Russian to English in the year 1941 by S. Stico Warner, and coined the title A Manual of Agricultural Helminthology. In 1943, Kutcher outlined nematicidal value of DD, which was used in the era of soil fumigation. In the year 1945, Christie outlined the nematicidal value of EDB. In the year 1948, Allen taught the world's first formal university course in nematology at the University of California, Berkeley. In the year 1950, Wooston Brink, the potato nematode, a dangerous parasite to potato monoculture, a book was written and published. In the year 1951, Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations organized the first international nematology course and symposium held at Rothamsted Experiment Station, England. Christie and Berry, role of ectoparasites as plant pathogen was described. T. Goodey wrote a book on soil and freshwater nematodes. In the year 1955, European Society of Nematology was founded. In the year 1956, Nematologica, the first journal published solely for nematology papers from the Netherlands. In the year 1961, United States Society of Nematology was founded. In the year 1967, Organization of Tropical American Nematologists was established. In the year 1969, Journal of Nematology was first published by the Society of Nematologists USA. In the year 1973, Nematologia Mediterranea, Journal of Nematology from Italy was published. In 1978, Revue de Nematologie published from France. In 1960 to 1990s, Nickel, Boyner and Steiner, Bioremediation and Biological Control of Insect with Nematodes. 1960 to 1990s, Brenner, Dougherty and Nicholas Canor-Habditis elegans served as model system and provided vital information on cell lineage, behavior, gene function, aging and overall genome for this model biological system. In addition to this landmark in the field of nematology, research with respect to nematodes is being carried out worldwide with respect to its control using resistant cultivars. Now we will see the history of nematology in India. Nematology was identified as separate branch of agriculture science in India only about 37 years back. In 1901, Barber reported root knot nematode on tea in Davala Estate, Tamil Nadu, South India. In 1906, Butler reported root knot nematode on black pepper was reported in Kerala. In 1913 to 1919, Butler Ofra disease on rice was reported in Bengal due to this infestation of Dictylungus angustus. In 1926 and 1933, root knot nematode infestation was reported by Iyer on vegetable and other crops in India. In 1934 and 1936, Dastor identified white tip disease of rice caused by Aphalangoides bacici in central India. In 1959, Prasad, Mathur and Sehal reported cereal cyst nematode for the first time from India. In 1961, Nematology laboratory was established at Agriculture College and Research Institute, Coimbatore, in association with the Rockefeller Foundation and Indian Council of Agriculture Research. In 1961, Nematology department was established at the Central Potato Research Institute, Simla. In 1963, laboratory was established at Uddakamandalam with the assistance of Indian Council of Agriculture Research to carry out experiments on potato cyst nematode. In 1964, first international nematology course held at IARI, New Delhi. In 1966, Nair, Das and Menon recorded the burrowing nematode on banana for the first time from Kerala. 1966, Division of Nematology established at IARI, New Delhi. 1968, first Southeast Asian postgraduate nematology course held in India. 1969, Nematological Society of India established and first All India Nematology Symposium held at IARI, New Delhi. 1969 to 1970, third South East Asian Nematology course held at New Delhi. In 1971, Indian Journal of Nematology was published. Fourth South East Asian Nematology course was held at New Delhi. In 1972, first workshop on All India Nematology held at IARI, New Delhi. 1973, fifth South East Asian Nematology course held at New Delhi. 1975, sixth South East Asian Nematology course was held at New Delhi. 1976, Phytonematology Summer Institute established at Allahabad. 1977, Division of Nematology founded at Haryana Agriculture University, Hisar. 1979, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University started post-graduation course in Nematology, Coimbatore. 1979, All India Nematology Workshop and Symposium held at Orissa University of Agriculture University, Coimbatore. 1979, All India Nematology Workshop and Symposium held at Orissa University of Agriculture and Technology, Bhubaneswar. 1979, 7th South East Asian Nematology course held at New Delhi. 1981, Department of Nematology founded at Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, Coimbatore. 1981, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, Coimbatore hosted All India Nematology Workshop and Symposium. 1982, Division of Nematology established at Rajendra Agriculture University, Pusa, Bihar. In 1983, All India Nematology Workshop and Symposium held at Solan, Himachal Pradesh. In 1985, All India Nematology Workshop and Symposium held at Udaipur, Rajasthan. In the year 1986, National Conference on Nematology held at IRI, New Delhi. In the year 1987, All India Nematology Workshop held at Government Agriculture College, Pune. In 1987, Nematological Problems of Plantation Crops group discussion was held at Sugarcane Breeding Institute, Coimbatore. In 1992, Silver Jubilee celebration of Department of Nematology, IRI, New Delhi. In 1992, Summer Institute for Management of Plant Parasitic Nematodes in Different Crops organized by ICR at Haryana Agriculture University, Hisar. In 1995, All India Nematology Workshop and National Symposium on Nematode Problems of India held at IRI, New Delhi. In 1997, Summer School for Problems and Progress in Nematology during the past one decade was organized by ICR at IRI, New Delhi. In the year 1999, National Seminar on Nematological Research in India, Challenges and Preparedness for the New Millennium at CS Azad University of Agriculture and Technology, Kanpur. In the year 2000, National Nematology Symposium on Integrated Nematode of Resin Management held at Orissa University of Agriculture Technology, Bhubaneswar, Orissa. In the year 2001, National Congress on Centenary of Nematology in India, Appraisal and Future Plans at IRI, New Delhi. Position of nematode in animal kingdom. Phylum nematode is one of the most prolific species after the arthropods phyla in the animal kingdom. Although there are only slightly more than 25,000 known species, scientists estimate there are probably another 900,000 species waiting to be discovered. They have been found in nearly every possible environment, including as parasites in a wide variety of plants and animals. Nematode classification varies with the system. Older versions of classification do not even have Nematoda as a phylum, but rather as a class under phylum Nematolminthus. The nematodes were originally named Nematoidea by Rudolphi in the year 1808. They were renamed nematode as Burmeister in the year 1837. As a family, Lookout in the year 1848 and von Siebold in the year 1848 both promoted them to the rank of order than Nematoda. However, Nathan Cobb rightly argued that they should be called nematodes. After some confusion which saw the nematodes as a class or order in various groups such as Aschelminthus, later Ray Lancaster in 1877 definitely promoted them to the level of phylum. Current studies suggested that roundworms, that is nematodes, are related to the arthropods and priopletes in a newly recognized group, the Ichthyozoa molting animals. Importance of nematodes in agriculture. In comparison with these contemporary disciplines like entomology and plant pathology, the science of nematology is relatively young. Therefore, in spite of the significant role of nematode in agriculture, much is yet to be understood and learned in this discipline. Phytonematodes parasites almost all types of plants from lower thallophytes, that means algae, to highly developed angiosperms including all plants and trees, and cause billions of dollars worth of damage to world food crops as well as tree crops, turf and ornamental plants. There are about 6,000 known species of phytoparasitic nematodes belonging to 197 genera, and handful of soil from around the roots of any plant comprises of hundreds of plant parasitic nematodes belonging to at least 4 to 5 genera. Nematode damage is often overlooked mostly due to its non-specific symptom, and this has resulted in some of the serious pest problems associated with the plant parasitic nematodes. The severity of nematode damage to plants depends on various factors. They are nematode population at the time of damage, nematode density in soil, host susceptibility, nature of parasitism, cropping pattern, physical and chemical composition of soil, optimum climate condition, and so on. Nematode problems in the tropical and subtropical regions are generally more damaging and varied. Higher the population, more will be their damage. Some of the most damaging species like Melidogene incognita are prevalent in warm areas. More severe disease complexes also occur in warmer areas. Some exemptions to this include Globoderosota sinensis, that is occur in potato, Heteroteres sacheti that occurs in sugar beet, Ancuna tritici that occur in wheat, which prefer cooler environmental conditions. Economic losses caused by nematodes. In the United States, the nematodes are thought to bring about a 6% loss in field crops, 12% loss in fruits and nuts, about 11% loss in vegetables, and an estimated 10% loss in ornamentals. In India, crop loss due to nematode damage alone is estimated to be 30 to 35%. The cereal cyst nematode Heterotera avanae causes the molia disease of wheat and barley in Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir. The loss due to this nematode is about 32 million rupees in wheat and 25 million rupees for barley in Rajasthan state alone. Beneficial nematodes. Plant parasitic nematodes are harmful and highly damaging to all crop plants. On the other hand, there are a group of nematodes which are beneficial to the plants. This is because of their insect parasiticing nature of the nematodes. Such beneficial nematodes parasitize the harmful insect and thus can be exploited as biological control agents against this pest. The endomopathogenic nematodes of species Steiner renema and Heterorhabditis and slug parasite nematode Pasma rhabditis serma prodita is mutual association with bacteria have proved to be successful biocontrol agent and are now being commercially produced in many countries. Of all of the nematode studies for biological control of insect, the Steiner nematodida and Heterorhabditida have received the most attention because they possess many of the attributes of effective biocontrol agents and have been utilized as classical, conservational and augmentative biological control agents. Extensive research over the past 3 decades have demonstrated that they can be considered good candidates for integrated pest management and sustainable agriculture. Some species can even recycle and persist in the environment. They may have direct or indirect effect on population of plant parasitic nematodes and plant pathogens, can play an indirect role in improving soil quality and are compatible with a wide range of chemical and biological pesticides used in IPM programs. For this, we can quote example Steinerinema carbocasa and Heterocapitatis mixititis used in controlling Oesorhynchus zulcatus larva in strawberry plants. Advanced in mass production and formulation technology have led to the commercialization of this nematode. But factors such as cost, shelf life, coverage, new caution, signal based pesticide, compatibility and profit margin to manufacturers and distributors have contributed to the failure of EPNs to penetrate many markets or gain significant market share in the current markets. Nematology is a discipline of life science, particularly agriculture science, that deals with the study of complex and diverse group of roundworms known as nematodes. Although nematodes have evolved as a very successful class of animals and nematological investigation dates back to 1500 BC or even earlier, nematology as an independent discipline has been recognized in the mid to late 19th century. It should also be noted that nematology was identified as separate branch of agriculture science in India only about 37 years back. This is the result of extensive investigation and path-breaking research carried out by several scientists. Initially, it was Needham who identified the root caul worms of wheat in the year 1743. Later, N.A. Cobb, through extensive research, has contributed greatly to the field of nematology. He has developed various protocols and designed apparatus required for nematode isolation and study. In addition to this, many more scientists with their findings have enriched the science of nematology. Although the study of plant nematology is young. This unique field of biology has evolved tremendously over the last 300 years and has contributed significantly to the study of plant disease.